It's Coffee. I'm just going to do a little non-book related video. This is going to be on some of the cross-stitching stuff that I do. Yeah, I should stop saying So I started cross-stitching about 11 years ago, maybe 12 now. I started learning from one of the teachers that taught me in high school because I had a lot of trouble making friends. Like, just being around other kids really shit me. Like, I got bullied a lot, and like, I used to have them I had thick shakes dumped over my head, and I had cartons of milk splashed all over me and stuff, and gum put in my hair, and just you name it. So my teacher started up a kind of sewing club, and she started off by teaching me and a couple of others how to cross stitch. And then she started teaching us how to hand sew, and we used to make pillows and, out of all different types of fabric. And I wish I still had my unicorn one, but I'm not sure where it's gone. It's just kind of disappeared, so someone's probably taken it, I don't know. Yeah, so I've been doing that, and it's very stress relieving, it's very good, and the great thing is my TAFE teachers are really easygoing too, so I'm allowed a cross-stitching class. I find that keeping my hands busy keeps me, it helps me to concentrate better on what's happening and what's being said, because if I'm just sitting and listening and not doing anything, I'm just really fidgety and I don't listen, and it just kind of goes in one ear, out the other. So I don't have as many finished products as I should. Like, I've done a lot over the last 11 to 12 years, but I've given them out, or I've just gotten rid of them, and some have just gone missing, misplaced over the years, whatever. So I'm going to show you some of my more recent ones, and I'm also going to show you my current works in progress as well. So let's start with let's move that one over there. Now this is my big. Now, that shelf right there is all of my cross-stitch books. Then I have extra fabrics and stuff on that shelf. But all of these are my printed ones. And these drawers have got all different things. So, I've got my Aida cloth in all different colours and patterns and stuff in there. And that's my 18 count, which currently has tattoo designs in there. These are all the pre-made kits that I've got to make. And this is my drawer of completed. So I have little ones, like little Captain America keychain. But what's really cool is I actually have the first cross-stitch pattern I ever did. And it will open. So this is my Bat Baby. And looks like she has a mark on her head. Sorry. My fan's kind of blowing things all over the place at the moment. But this one took me a while to do because in between all of my classes and stuff and just school in general, it took a fair while. I don't know. No, I can't zoom in there properly. But yes, that's my Bat Baby. And the designer for this is a woman called Ellen Marastro. And she used to give out these designs for free. That's when I started cross-stitching. But, of course, she had some really shitty people who just took advantage of that and just used to sell her patterns and make a profit off them. So she sells them now. But she's still actually designing, and she keeps making these really adorable ones. Now, I'm just going to move some stuff out of the way. So I have lots of stuff in here. Little freehand black milk blood splatter design that was supposed to be a heart next to it, didn't quite turn out that way. I have a Minion phone case for an iPhone that I don't actually own. And I have a vampire, which actually, this one was a pain in the ass because there are a lot of colours and they were all really spread out. So there was a lot of confetti stitching. So, 2 or 3 spots here and there, and it was just really frustrating. I have a little geisha card, which is missing her little bow. but I will be putting that on there soon. And I have another little geisha card. I've got more little superhero guys. There's Harley Quinn, there's Superman, and these ones I actually designed myself. There's Jason and Freddy, which is pretty awesome. And here's one that I made for a friend who hasn't picked it up yet. It's Deadpool and Wolverine. Then I have like little muck around bits. This one has a little bead on it, and you can't really tell because it's tiny and not focusing very well, but there is a bead on there. And there's a little Eye of Horus that I was playing around with. And last but not least, my For the Horde design. Now, that one didn't actually take as long as I thought, and I got that pattern from a site called Photo Stitch, and yeah, it's really cool. It was in a frame, but I took it out of the frame. I don't think I have anything in there. Now, the other stuff I have, sorry about the sounds of my chair squeaking. I really need to get some WD-40 for this piece of crap. Now, this is my little TAFE stitching box. So you can see these are actual work in progress. This one is, just move that kind of out of the way. It's a really nice sparkly Ada, and it's a fairly small design. I was going to make it into a pillow, and the missing word there is Bowie, because David Bowie. Now, some of the other patterns I have finished. This one is the Misfits skull, and it's cross-stitched with glow-in-the-dark Ada, and it's actually signed by Jerry and Daz from Misfits, because I met them when I went to see them. I also have a little cross-stitched Bloody Fist from when I went to see OTEP. I'm not very good with drawing from scratch and stuff, and that little girl drawing there, OTEP did that. And I have this one that I finished, which is freaking awesome, and that is going on my bookshelf. And that was the design is by Plastic Little Covers on Etsy. And I could spend so much money on cross-stitch patterns on Etsy, it's not even funny. And Windows is telling me things. Now, this is my big work in progress. This is the Fall of Arthas design by Breathing 2004 on DeviantArt. So, there's Arthas right there. There's all these weapons. Now, this is the section that I'm working on at the moment. So here is the pattern, and there's a little bit that I'm on. I think there were about 60 pages in this pattern. It is absolutely huge. And as for what it actually looks like, let me just fix it up. So that is the size of the fabric. That is against my queen size bed. And this is what I've done so far. Now, this alone is about 6, maybe 7 hours of cross stitching, and this is on 18 count Ada, so it's a lot, the crosses are a lot smaller than if it was 14 count Ada, which is what I usually work with. So it's going to be absolutely huge, and once it's finished, I'm going to be getting it framed, and I'm going to be putting it on my wall, and I'm going to sit at it, and I'm going to be really happy. And then I'm going to try and do some of his other fan art pictures, because he's just an amazing artist. And that is my cross-stitchy stuff. That's pretty much all I'm working on, except for a secret project for a friend, which is really starting to take shape now, so I'm not going to show it. And yes, I love cross stitching.